Sup peeps, my name's Ian. I sell books on eBay and every now and again Vinted as well, or the other way about, one or the other. Anyway, today, best laid plans. I had some eBay orders to run through. I had some Vinted orders to run through. I was going to do a pickup, I was going to drop stuff off storage. Instead, it was a lovely day. It still is quite nice, although it's getting into the evening now. So I did my eBay orders, did a pickup, and then I went climbing. So I haven't picked up my Vinted orders for the weekend yet. I'll just do it tomorrow. It's only 40 odd books. So I'll add them on to tomorrow's effort, which will be today's sales. Does that make sense? I hope it does. But I did do a bit of a pickup and I thought, let's just run through some of that stuff instead. eBay sales. That's why we're here, isn't it? See what's sold on eBay, because that's the most exciting platform. Or is it? Anyway, let's have a wee look at what went out yesterday, and maybe a wee bit of this morning. And then let's think about why eBay is maybe still king. It's not got the volume for me at the moment, but it still has some crucial things going for it. So first, we have 4 Doctor Who paperbacks. There we go. We've got Dreams of Empire, Earthworld, Players, and Fear of the Dark. Now, the 4 of those sold for $10.99, which is not a huge amount of money. No, it's not. But it's still money. And listing those 4 books on eBay takes moments. It's a quick and easy title and description because they're 4 Doctor Who paperbacks. What more can you say? It's easy pictures to take. You know, you need pictures of all 4 books, the spines, etc. And then that's it uploaded and it's gone. The 4 of them cost me £1, thereabouts. And they sold for $10.99. That's including postage. So take £1 off of that and that's me down to a tenner. Take another £3 off of that and that's me down to £7. A couple of pound in eBay fees, and that leaves me with 5 whole squids for moments work. I mean, really, really moments work. Quick and easy to find, quick and easy to list, quick and easy to pack. I mean, that's a couple of minutes to get that wrapped up, bagged up, and a label onto it and ready to go. So eBay is good because you can make £5 with very, very minimal effort as long as you can find the stock. Anyway, that's the first one, $10.99 for that lot. Then, what's next? Let's have a look and see what comes up next on the list. Oh, this lot's already in a bag, so not so easy to see. But some orders I bag up when I list them, just to make sure they stay together and they don't get damaged. So this is 12 Dr. Seuss books. The large paperbacks, so they're quite thin. If they're on shelves and they get shifted about at all, then there's a danger that the edges are going to start getting turned. And what was listed as very good suddenly diminishes to only being good. So things like that, I make sure I get them bagged up, wrapped up when I list them. $19.99 for 12 Dr. Seuss books. Kids books, so therefore I probably paid a whole £1 for that lot there. It's a heavier bundle, so it's going to be £5-6 to get it shipped. Which is fair enough. Take that off your £20, you're down to 15. Take your £1 off, you're down to 14. eBay fees. So let's see what the eBay fees actually were on that particular order, because it went on a promoted listing. So, right, so eBay gave me £16.21 for that order. Less the £5 for the postage, £1 for the stock, so about a tenner coming back for, again, what was a really quick and easy listing. It's easy to describe, you don't have to think about it, you know what they are. It's 12 Dr. Seuss paperback books. List the various titles in the description. Take your pictures, make sure you've got a picture of all the books. It is that simple. Chuck them in a bag, which took, again, seconds. It really doesn't take much to get that wrapped up if you've got everything laid out and ready to go. And then was how long to stick a label on the front of a package. So again, moments work for about £10 profit. You really can't complain about that in the slightest. to have listed all 12 of those on Vinted, I could have listed them the same way as a bundle and maybe got a fiver. I could have listed them individually for £1 each and maybe ended up getting about a tenner. To list them individually, it'd take me 15 minutes. To list them as a single one, obviously just a minute or so. So it's finding the balance between what's going to make you money versus the amount of effort you need to put into it. They probably have sold quicker in Vinted for half the amount of money, but I don't mind having certain things like that where I know they will sell at some point. So stick them on eBay, put them on the shelf, and just wait for that sale to come through. So that's us 15 quid up for a few minutes work on eBay already. What else? Wasn't a huge day of sales, but there were a few. The next one is another pre-made bundle, and this went for, what's that, $11.99? $11.99 for 8 books. And it's these 8 books. Louise Renison. So it's titles such as It's Okay, I'm Wearing Really Big Knickers. Knocked Out by My Nunga Nungas. No idea what that's referring to. Then He Ate My Boy Entrancers. Startled by His Furry Shorts. Love is a Many Trousered Thing. Dancing in My Nuddy Pants. And that's when it fell off in my hand. Oh, one little hardcover in that lot as well. Are These My Bazumas I See Before Me? So it's humour. I'm assuming it's kind of like young adulty type fiction. Angus Thongs and Snoggin. Is that one of her books? Something like that, wasn't it? Which makes it sound Scottish to me. So yeah, what did I say? $11.99 for that bundle there. Although I think they're probably kids' books. I didn't buy them as kids' books. I've had that listing up for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. But again, it was a wee set that came in. I thought, let's just stick them up there and leave them to see what happens. eBay paid me £8.57 for that lot once they'd taken their fees. £3 to post it. Leaves me a fiver. That's fine. So a couple of quid to buy those because there's 8 of them. £3 profit. It's quick and it's easy. And the point there is how quickly and easily you can turn the money around. So it didn't turn around quickly, so that's a negative, but it turned around very, very easily. Again, how easy is it just to list a wee bundle of books and wait for somebody to come and give you money for them? It's a doddle. So if you've got the space, eBay is still a lot more profitable. And once you have enough listings up and running, then the money starts coming in. And we've got another bulk listing. This one is Robert Aspirin for $29.99, and it's 9 books. Let's see what eBay paid me for that. So once they've taken all their fees, which is always the bit when you look at it, it's like, why did they get that money? £23.41 I got back for eBay for these 9 books. And they're going to cost £3 to post. Although there's 9 books, they're small paperbacks, so it will be under 2 kilos. Well, it's under 2 kilos, I know it is. It's the guy with all the puns. Myth Chief. Myth Fortunes. Puns or speech impediment, and the publisher didn't understand what he was saying. Myth Told Tales. Myth Taken Identity. You getting it now? Class Dismithed. Myth Alliances. Something Myth Inc. Sweet Mystery of Life. Yeah, you get it. You get it. Myth Directions. So that's it. So the 9 of those, that's the second bundle of those I've sold. I've got another 2 smaller bundles still sat there, but $29.99. Couple of quid to buy all of them. 17, 18 pounds profit from, again, a pretty easy listing to put together on eBay. Would I have got anywhere near the same profit on Vinted? Probably not, I'd have probably managed to list them for maybe a couple of quid a book. Somebody would have offered less than that on the bundle. So it would maybe have been eatsy peatsy, but much easier just to stick them up on eBay as a bundle for that lot and let them sell. And obviously, if you want to sell stuff on eBay, you need to list stuff on eBay, so I can't put everything onto Vinted. Could I list it on both platforms? I could, but if it sells on Vinted, then you can go into eBay, do a quick search, and take the listing down, and that's absolutely fine. If it sells on eBay, then it takes forever to find something on Vinted. So I don't want to do that, because then I have to go and dig through all of my Vinted listings to find one. It can take far too long, so I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to cross list. I'm just going to stick to having it, choosing which platform I think is best suited for that particular item, and keep it on there. Right, what is next? We've got Russian Silhouettes by Grandmaster Jenna Sosonko, which sold as one of the chess books. Sold for £20. So there we go, nice wee chess book. It's just a little paperback. It's in very good condition. And as I mentioned when I was listing these, if you did see that video, there's not as many people looking to buy obscure chess books. That goes without saying. I mean, nobody would argue the point against that. However, those that do want them, do want them. There's millions of people would read Lee Child or James Patterson, but not all of them are going to want those books all the time. But people who are into chess want them. They want them and they're willing to pay for them. So when you find something that's more of a limited print edition, then there's a chance you're going to get back cash for it. And that's the case with this one, £20 for that there. I've sold a bundle of the cheaper chess books on Vinted. 15, 20 quid, something like that. It was maybe about £20. I've sold 2 or 3 on eBay for, I think, about £50 in total now. So, you know, the 10, 15 quid, whatever it was I paid for that entire chess bundle is more than taken care of. I've got 2/3 of them still to list, and the rest are all up there and ready to go and make me some money. So a good buy that. I've not sold a huge volume of them yet, but I've more than covered my costs and I'm already into the profit on them, which is absolutely great. So yeah, 20 quid for that one. Let's just get in. Was it a promoted listing? It wasn't a promoted listing. I didn't think I had these promoted, which means that I got £17.18 back from eBay, 3 quid to post it, 25p whatever it was to buy the thing. That's a good profit off of a single book, which I would not get over on Vinted. That's one for eBay. Right, I think we've got another one more order, and this is a bundle of Dilly Court books. So, Dilly, Lee Child, a few others who always sold relatively well from my build your own bundle listings on eBay, and I wanted to experiment with different ways of trying to sell those to see if there was a more profitable, a quicker, a better way of selling them. So because I knew they were popular and I had a good history of sales against them, I had something to compare it to if I changed how I was trying to sell them. So I'd taken down all the Dilly Court listing, and I'd put them up as pre-made bundles to see if that would get them shifting even quicker. It didn't. I've sold a handful of bundles. So a few days ago, I took down all of those and just put back up my build your own book bundle listing. And that's the first sale off of it. So it's taken a couple of days. But the first sale off, £14.97 for 5 paperbacks. And as with the Lee Child listing, where I'd done exactly the same thing, but now that it's back up and running and had a few sales, the momentum's really beginning to build on it. The same will happen with that Dilly Court listing. So it's had however many clicks. Well, we have a wee look and see what we can see, so we can give you some deets on it. First up, what have I actually made from that listing? £12.76, 3 quid to post it, £1.25 to buy it all. So say, take a fiver off of that just for the sake of fun, and that leaves us with, well, near enough £8 in total profit back on those 5 books. And let's see if I can just get you an idea. So there's been 19 views on that listing, 19 views and 5 sales, because that's how eBay see it. It's 5 individual items from that listing have been purchased. So that's like almost, well, it's more than a 25% sell-through rate from views, which is brilliant. And it means that eBay will say, 25% sell-through rate. If anybody's looking for Dillycore or related to my title, then they're going to show them that and give them the chance to buy it, which keeps the attention on that item, makes it more popular, means even more will sell, and it really gets rolling. Once you've got that up and going, then it's look for those authors that you've got that set up that way, so that you can just keep that listing stocked, stacked and rolling, and it'll just keep doing better and better and better. So yeah, that's the Dillycore bundle, and that is all of my eBay sales so far today. I've got quite a few on Vinted, but I haven't picked them yet, so I'm going to go and do that. I've also got a pickup to do, which I'll do whilst I go and pick up my Vinted orders, and yeah, I'll be back and tell you what that was all about later on today. All right. So this is a bit different the way I'm just doing this, because it's the easiest thing to do. Picked up about 180 books today, about 100 DVDs as well, and this is the first little thing to have a look at. Running Fear, that's how you say it, Fear, Scotland's top punk rock fanzine, by the way. Totally mental. And I found 3 little issues of that. So they don't look anything spectacular in themselves, but it turns out that typically they sell for about a tenner each. So I think those 3 there, I'll probably just bundle them up, stick them on the old eBay for about 20 quid and see what happens from there. Right, so that is Running Fear. What else have we got? Book of the Dead by Jamie Russell. So I don't really know much about this, but it is a big chunky book, The Complete History of Zombie Cinema. And yeah, it seems to sell for about a tenner. So again, not too bad, and it's one for eBay. Let's just move these over here as we do it so we can see what's going on. Right, I quite like these. Come on, everybody knows Grange Hill. A bunch of old Grange Hill paperback books. So we've got a set of 3, we've got a set of 4. Oh, look at Todd Carty. There's Zamo. Right, Zamo, how's the smack going? Yep, and then a wee single one on its own where they did a mashup crossover with Home and Away. I didn't even know that happened, but apparently, yeah, Grange Hill and Home and Away did a crossover book, and that's it right there. They sell for different types of money. Sometimes they sell for dollars, sometimes they sell for euros, but it all seems to be, I'm reckoning, 20, 30 quid for that whole set there. They're reasonably popular. An okay sell-through rate for the volume that are listed. So we'll get them up and running and see how they go. What is going to be next? That's not working, so I'll just pick one up instead. Yay! Oh, that's a heavy bundle, that. And it's more Grange Hill. I won't do the theme tune this time. We've got the Grange Hill Annuals, 1987, going all the way back to 1988. Back? 1988's up the way. Oh, back to 1982. Actually, it goes all the way back to 1981. So we've got a few of them in there. There's a 86er, and that is 1981. So like the first one before they actually put a date on it. These £5 to £10 each is what they seem to be. So again, I'll just stick them on a wee bundle for eBay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 8 of them. So I don't know. I'll stick them on for maybe 25, 30 pounds for that whole bundle. So another one for the eBay. Right, I won't snap these back away. They're too darn heavy. Right. I like this lot. There's two of them. The Cinderella, the Seven Sisters, and the best thing is that there's 8 books in that series, and you rarely find them all together. Rarely. It's not impossible. It is not impossible, as today proved. That's us at 6. Are there 2 more? Nearly. Ah, I fooled you. I've got them all. All 8, from the Seven Sisters all the way through to Alice, the Story of Passalt. And the 8-book set, it doesn't sell for very much more than selling them all individually. But if you sell them as a set, you pay a lot less in the old fees and a lot less in the old postage, even the new postage. So it's a bit more profitable. So looking at £40 to £50 for that bundle of them. And we're back to a blank canvas. Right, what else have we got here? We've got Bothy Tales, which is a £6-7 book, but it's signed by the author, so it might scrape its way up to a tenner. Some DVDs. These are a little bit interesting, especially this one. I cannot find anything about this anywhere. Free, episodes 1 to 12. It's got English on the back. Is that Region 3? Region 1? It's NTSC. I'm going to need to stick this in my machine and see if it plays at all. I have no idea what this is. I mean, obviously it tells you what it is on the back, but, you know, real life, never heard of it. I can't find any comps on it. I've not done a Google search yet. I will be doing that next. But based on the value of the other anime DVDs that I picked up today, it could be a £20. Who knows? I will find out soon enough. But we got that one free, and then we've got Maggie, The Labyrinth of Magic, and that one's just called, oh no, that's Labyrinth of Magic as well. They're both Maggie, The Labyrinth of Magic. There you go. Epic Adventures in the Realm of the Arabian Nights. 1 and 2, and again, these seem to go kind of 10 to 20 quid. Not many listed. It seems fairly uncommon, but when they list, they do seem to sell. So I'll be having a wee shot at these as well. I've already checked the discs. They're all in good condition. They're all there, which is nice to see. So I say I picked up about 100 DVDs, and obviously that's some of them there. Keys. 100 DVDs. Sorry, 80 DVDs, not 100. I picked up 80 DVDs. That cost me 8 quid. Almost. And if they're a tenner each, I've absolutely scrubbed out the cost of my DVDs. And now we can look at the books again. Monsters Do Not Always Hide in the Shallows. Peter V. Brett, The Desert Spear. Nice wee hardcover. It is a first edition, so it might sell for a tenner. It might be £7 or £8. But either way, first print fantasy books. We know you fantasy heads are all a bit daft and you will pay for things. So I will take your money. Thank you. Another couple of books. This one, again, I can't find much on it, but I think it's quite a nice book. It will have to wait to find the right buyer. Of that, I have no doubt. But the Rabbit Skin Cat. It is a Galloway Childhood, and it is a limited, there you go, number 212 of 1,000. So it's a limited edition book. So it's not going to sell fast, but when the right buyer stumbles across it, it will sell, and it will sell for, you know, £10 to £15, which will give me plenty of time to think. But there's more time to think. The Power of Independent Thinking by Nancy Klein. Another self-help book. These typically do quite well. You know, it's all the way down to a £5 on the cover price, but closer to a tenner on the eBay price. So yeah, that's all right. This next one's an interesting one. If I can reach it. Let's just slide it into shot. The Land Before Time. complete box set. I didn't even know there was such a thing as a Land Before Time complete box set, but there you go. It is there. And that seems to sell £20 to £30, which really, really surprised me. I wasn't expecting that at all. An 11 DVD collection. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, another one on the old DVDs that completely and utterly covers my costs. Right, a couple more DVDs. Miami Ink, Totally Inked, Series 3, 4 and 5, and Series 1 and 2. This is the Australian edition. As you can see, it is the wrong way around. So, yeah, the two of them together, maybe a tenner, maybe a tenner. We've still got more time to think though, which means I can reach across and pick up almost the last little bundle. Look at that. That take you back? Does that take you back? It should. So yep, Desmond's Series 1 and Series 2. It's a shame he died. That was quite funny. I used to enjoy Desmond's. Probably still would have watched it again. I don't know. Series 1 and 2. There's some wide variations on listings for these. But I've just gone a tenner for both series. I need to keep this pile separately because I've already created listings for these. I don't want to mix them up and list them again. Diary of the Dead. Steelbook edition. Again, it's a limited edition, but it's like, this is like number 19,000 out of 20,000. So quite nice, but I came about a tenner. About a tenner that can sell for. Sensible Footwear. A Girl's Guide by Kate Charlesworth. So this is a bit of a graphic novel. It seems to be quite popular. And it sells for anywhere between £10 and £15. Again, we've already got a listing made for that one. And then one we also have a listing made for is Aldous Huxley's Brave New World. This book sells all the time on eBay, Vinted, wherever. Typically not for an awful lot of money, but we've got a wee Granada 1981, so it's a bit vintage, a bit of a slightly rarer edition, so I'll maybe get £7 or £8 for that instead of the usual 3 or 4 squids that it sells for. Now, this isn't today's pickup, but I was creating a listing for it. I spoke about this ages ago. I keep finding copies of Carrie, the Stephen King book, that's about a girl who does some horrendous things and has horrendous things done to her. But this one was a little bit special because, there we go, open market edition 1975, NEL edition 1975 in July. This new edition, i.e. the film tie-in one, February 1977. So this is actually a first print of the movie tie-in book. Usually a good condition copy of this can sell for about £15. So I'm going for 20 this time, just because it's a first print. We'll see if that makes any difference to it. I should have gone and maybe priced it a bit more carefully, but it's a nice wee book. It's in pretty damn good condition, if I'm being honest. There we go. So we'll see what that one goes for. But I say I'm aiming for 20. I've had that sitting for a wee while. I just kept forgetting to list it. And then this was mixed in with the punk magazine things. I didn't even realise until I got back, but it's Rabbits Require Rights EP by the Pink Dogs. I didn't think much of it. I had a wee quick look up, and 10 to 20 quid is its potential. So I just check it. It's a pink coloured vinyl. It's in pretty good condition. There's a couple of wee smudges on it, and I don't have a turntable that'll let me test this, so it's just sold as seen, but we'll see if we get a couple of quid for it anyway. I don't usually bother with vinyl, but it was there, so why the heck not list it? And that's that lot. Was there any more? No, that's it. That's it. You'll have seen my eBay sales as well, so I'll probably have dropped them in before all of this odds and sods, bits and pieces. My total cost today for the buy was 32 quid. So 32 quid for about 180 books and about 80 DVDs. As you can see from what I picked up, that is more than covered just in a few high value eBay sales, and everything else will either be going into my kind of bread and butter eBay listings or onto Vinted, and I'll all get done over the next couple of days. So I've started creating listings for some of these items for eBay, the ones I showed you there. The rest of them, I'll do them this evening or I'll do them tomorrow morning, and we'll just let them drip into eBay over the next few days whilst I build up some more eBay stock to keep doing that as we go along. And that's the plan. Anyway, I haven't taken down my Christmas lights yet. That's how lazy I can get. And that's us for today. So let's say best laid plans didn't work out as intended, but tomorrow I will be away to pick up everything that I need to pick up, and hopefully I won't have my hand over a microphone so that you can actually hear what I'm saying at any given time in this video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll probably see you tomorrow. Bye bye.